In 1934, the Surrealists put one of their own on trial, and the charges were worse than him just being annoying. Breton dragged Salvador Dali in front of a tribunal of his peers. Breton and many others within the Surrealist movement objected to Dali idolizing the fascist movement as well as Hitler as a leader within it. They read his fascination as glorification for the cause. Not just Hitler's type of fascism, but also his explicit radicalized theories. Dali was floating about white domination over non-white peoples. Dali actually narrowly avoided getting completely kicked out, but the relationship between him and the Surrealists truly never recovered. It wasn't until 1939, in a secondary type break, that he later was separated from the group. At this time, Breton is known for coining him as Evita Dollars, which it roughly translates to eager for dollars, which was a stab at Dali's consumerism. He profited greatly off his art. He wrote books, he gave speeches, he added to the manifesto, and he was really strongly in the public eye. There is a rumor that he was to say that he was Surrealism, but it's often misquoted. What he actually said was, "The difference between Surrealists and me is that I am a Surrealist," which is an important distinction than him taking credit for the entire movement. So it may have been two different scandals about 5 years apart. The history tends to flatten it into one movement when it was more nuanced than that. It matters in history to the Surrealists because it revealed that Surrealism actually had politics. It wasn't just aesthetics, and running on a platform like Breton, where it was highly built on mental health and real science, it became an exclusive club of intellectuals that Breton wanted to contain. Crossing any of Breton's red lines, like assimilating yourself with fascism or racism, were one of the things that he drew a hard line with. But Dali almost instinctively kept finding the lines to cross with him. What it said was, just because you were brilliant at something didn't mean that you had exclusive rights to this club. But eventually the fame and money that Dali got made the group irrelevant to him. So Dali may have survived being put on trial in his own movement, but the next artist I'll cover never actually got the luxury of even being called an artist, even though she was working as one until much later.